So she's out
I'm
of the...
sorry, sir. I can't talk right now. I'm very busy with my homework. I have so much homework now.
You just can't win. Out of the rain and into the gutter. What are you doing now? Matt, she looks into her notebook with trepidation. It's really difficult, like, really. They say you needed to get rich better than standing outside in the cold, I guess. Suddenly she smiles and perks up, remembering something. Oh, I found something while you were away. What is it? I thought this would... What the fuck? This would fit you. She gives you a hat, almost exactly like the one Dick Mullen wears on the covers. Like a thank you for helping out. Not me, the city. I mean, like a detective does. Wait, where did you get it? Just what Dick Mullen would ask, she lowers her voice. Got it from behind the curtains. I'm not really supposed to go there. It's a fedora? Maybe? It's the hat Dick Mullen wears all the time. She grins with joy. You look way more serious with that. Suddenly she looks back at the infernal scribbling under her nose. Right, I have to get back to my homework now before Mom notices. Man, this is hard. Okay. So now I got a hat. Nice. Do I have any booze? No. Alright. What's here? A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by viral-related merchandise. Storekeep! What board games do you have here? Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist. It's a classic for sure. Perhaps you like Archipelago of Insulin Die. Very educational game for those interested in geography. Rio Britter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. I have games for the whole family. You can play with your children. Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family? Wow, I have children? A family? It certainly feels like whatever you are will die with you. Oh my god, I guess. Jesus. Look at me. Who would want to have children with me? Don't be so hard on yourself, sir. You just need to clean up a bit. And technically friends are a bit like family. She fiddles with her pendant. For playing with friends, I recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and replace other civilization. It will cost 12 real. I don't have 12 real. When I get 12 real, I'll come back and buy this game. What's over here? You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Oh, a mystery. She's right. Those curtains give off some eerie vibes. Better not to mess with them. What's so eerie about those curtains? Be wary of those mysterious ornaments from the Dark Isles. Dark Isles? What's going on? Do you realize what's out there? Upon the mist-shrouded island of the Isle de Fantôme in Semenin? Eerie pygmies and wild shamans with practicing unnatural mysticism. So the remote viewers division is real? I'm it, and I'm up to the task. Wait, what? What's the hang-up? Mystical spirits and natural emanations? Nothing a para-detective can handle. Let's go! Okay, you're one of the initiated. Don't go ahead and fiddle with the curtains, but do so at your own peril. Shopkeeper, what's behind the curtains? Nothing. Now please go back to browsing books. She fiddles with her pendant. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about. She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtain, the more alluring they become. You see some kind of charm. An irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks and straws. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. From the look of this, is a traditional Seminese sword meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges. And who are the Seminese? Inhabitants of the Ile de Fantôme and the Seminian Islands down south. Only so to what Inlet Empire told you. It's a beautiful place with a rich and unique culture. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there's nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you. Huh! Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more. Sir, don't touch that! I told you it's off limits for the customers. Her hands has closed around her pendant, her fingers nervously playing with the talisman. Parapsychology speaking, we're done. If you decide to open them, I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous. She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people? This is about the curse. That's why you're afraid. No, it's just a storeroom for the employees. I told you. Now please, step away from the curtains. She's almost begging you. But I sense this place calling for me. I must investigate beyond the threshold. You do? She grabs her pendant again, visibly shaken. My God, even more reason not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir. Ma'am, this is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there. Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. She stops abruptly at her hands file. Her hand flies over her mouth, baffled by her own bluntness. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. Can't allow that. You only make things worse and unleash the powers. The curtains do seem frail suddenly, not robust enough to contain a slippery darkness. I don't care. You can't stop me. I'll open them. No! She raises her hand to try and stop you. Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme. Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say. Lies. Rip them open, we say. There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you. Let's do this. You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminese swords, your shadow looming over it like an omen. I warned you, you're unleashing forces beyond your own understanding. Huh. Do you feel that? Feel what? Close your eyes, reach out with your feelings. There's something paranatural at play here. Nonsense! You're right. I feel it now. Of course you do. You don't even know what it is you're feeling, but you can feel it. That's the mark of a true remote viewer. Now the time has come for you to be inducted in the ranks of the Remote Viewers Division. The time has come to connect to RVD HQ. By establishing a connection, you have proved yourself worthy as a remote viewer. What the hell is happening now? Everything alright, detective? Shh! Trying to connect with the Remote Viewers Division. This again. Come on, detective, the joke has gone long enough. Ignore the lieutenant. He's never connected with anything paranatural. You're on different planes, metaphysically speaking. It takes time to block out the sounds of the world, but once you do, it's like you're on a wavelength. Not like any natural wavelength, no, there seems to be something on the other end. If only you could listen closely enough. Oh, for God's sake, this is a bunch of... Bzzzt, do you copy? This is RVD HQ, anyone there? RVD HQ, this is Firewalker reporting for duty. Can it be? We haven't heard the name in ages. Welcome to the RVD, Firewalker. Bzzzt. You're a special man and definitely not imaginative. Oh my God. You thought I cannot unlock, don't have points to unlock. Let's go in. Ghostly silhouettes of hair dryers. No sane person would ever put their head in such a machine. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. Looks like Guillaume Lemilauton, that hair post. Million, not Lemilauton, what the hell was that? Heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not 100, of souvenirs, trinkets, and charms. It appears to be locked. What if you just break it down? Maybe I should break it down, but not before I strategize. That's right. Take in your surroundings. You need to have a solid ground and proper posture if you want to succeed. First, check your posture. Steady breathing, solid core, you've got this. With one shoulder forward, you're ready to smash into the door like a battering ram. Check your surroundings. The room is dimly lit and littered with old barbershop rubbish, but the path to the door is clear. And what about the door? It's made of a solid block of wood, but it has stood there for ages. The hinges are old and coated with a carmine layer of rust. It should be doable. Only an echo. No one is there. A hollowed out, dark echo. Oh, gotta break the door. Oh my god. You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the door frame. It's going to be taking one more try to break through to the other side, but you've done it. The lieutenant stares at you as you stand there, silent and brooding. You're not thinking of trying again, are you? Fuck the system. Smash the door and shout, "Freeze, dirtbags!" Oh my god. We did it. What you gonna say about that?
What is this place?
The lieutenant stares at the dusty training equipment. It's the netherworld, beyond the veil. No, it's a gym, he disagrees. Though it looks like no one has been here in ages. I hope the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag before you move on. Some specks of dust shimmer in a faint beam of daylight hailing from the window. Other than that, the room is dark. An eerie feeling rises in your chest. What if there's a reason why no one's been here for ages? Yes, because it's closed. No need to look for a supernatural explanation where a banal one will do. Now let's move on, shall we? Sun is driven from a punchback. The poster says sight is 40s, the rest is worn off. Oh. Smells like leather and sweat. Wait, sweat? Well, somebody must have been using this room. A barbell lies on the floor. The collar has worn off its weight plates. It's 40, what the hell? It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. There are no collars on the barbell. This is safety hazard. Why does it feel so familiar? Is this familiar because I'm a weightlifter? No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of the sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone. It's just a memory. A memory from another life, when you were young and fit. Look, Kim, it's a trap. There are no collars on the barbell. You're right, the weights may fall off. Better not touch it then. What kind of a bastard would just remove the collars? It should be a felony. It would be the violation of EPI's safety regulation if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore. Let's do this. He failed. Ooh. Ouch. You managed to hoist it off the ground, but the barbell feels wobbly and dangerous. Your hands slick with sweat. Turns out you're no beast, just an old man with bad form. Even your body has failed you. It's a miracle you didn't injure yourself. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to smash through that back door. Fuck you, you stupid barbell. Bro, I gotta be careful. Weightlifting was never my favorite either. The lieutenant is obviously handling you. At the station gym I'm in, I prefer running. It clears your head. The lieutenant steps away from the barbell, letting you recover in peace. What's this? Or not walbers, they look unsafe. What was this? I'll take that. A shot put, wow. What the hell is a shot put? Yeah, let me... Wait. Where's the flashlight? Toosh. Hot. It's pretty cool. Let's go up. What's in here? The hallway is blocked by old window panes and debris. Oh, there's even more here. Jesus, this is creepy. Wild armor stare at you in the dark stuffed and mounted. Poor animals. No rest for their bodies after death. A large demijohn full of strange liquid. Airship rotors covered in spider webs. They remind you of blades. What the hell is going on here? What's up with the creepy music? A naked mannequin torso, a strange yellow color. But where are the clothes used to display? There's all kinds of sounds here. Blue velvet software touch multiple. There's some cash in here, bruh. There's cash with slipstream printed on the laminated top layers. Oh, what's this? A file meant memory. Steel rollerblades bearing a slipstream logo. Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here. I don't get it. Look, the skis and rollerblades both bear the same slipstream logo. Seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing the other. But the question is, which did they start with, and which did they pivot to? That's a good question. What a strange leap of imagination. Yet they still failed. How sad. Reality is ruthless. Nice. So what the hell do I do? Ooh, I can sell this for 10 real. Production schedule now. 10 real, bro. Poor detective here. What was this? Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board. Those little pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make an autumnal candle welkin costing wax-based magic. Translucent welkins with organs shining under their skin, and even aether welkins, hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Where are all those creatures? Fantasy of tortured, feverish mind? You should adopt one of those welkins as your persona, no longer a mere man, but a welkin. One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however. It's a Varahyamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says all non-Welkin races will be purged. The Hodor, the Dweorg, the humans, and even the Headless Man, all of them purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to rule them all. The lieutenant can't help but comment. An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures. One of them is a Welkin supremacist. A political commentary. That one's the Great Beard too. Kim nods at the Welkin's facial hair. Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many questions. This looks like a concept art for a project. It's not really real. Why would anyone spend so much time on this? Some people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game. Well, this has been educational. Let's move on from the Wilkins. Let's look at these details. So much effort. And for what? All gone. The photo collage depicts barren icy landscape wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees growing under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm, animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built in the glacier by boreal dwarf, yachts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like an eggnog or muffin, much needed respite from our own world. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario, a desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wero becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe." This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimum, and GPI span the market-run grid, the grand scheme of production and money. It looks a bit like an academic calendar, only much more brutal. Everyone is constantly teetering on the edge of the abyss, an abyss of production. These squares look orderly, but beneath them is chaos, worry, pain. So much pain. Back pain, neck pain, headaches, carpal tunnel, chest pain. No gym membership can make up for working in this manner. Minimize standards for a mini-meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing workout run. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago, but failed. As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwells in this region. The lieutenant looks at the frigid ice field of nothingness and concludes, looks like they didn't make it. A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod. Schedule film for details." The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out the tree slogan. Call in, tune out, Wiro untethered, and heat death of the universe. The full text reads, "Heat death of the universe is the new black." Another note says, "The biggest advancement in role-playing systems since the 30s. Outside, a cold wind wraps the building in its bosom, snowflakes in the wind. An old woman passes what the local calls the doomed commercial area. She tried hard not to look at the bookstore windows. It's unwise." Alright. What's this? It appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wide framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer. "A radio computer," says the lieutenant, watching you circle around the machine, "just sitting here without anyone in sight." He sounds surprised and a bit cautious. What he means is that these things cost money. Why would anyone just leave it behind? This is the Rackham Civic radio computer model RC5120, equipped with a field mainframe and a RAM-compatible printer. Do you think I should turn it on? We got one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it. Of course I'm gonna turn it on. The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal starting from its slumber, revealing various play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open. It's empty, like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling disconnected. The filament you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment. Like a smooth drawer, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking. Hang on. Insert and then play. A bare of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. Oh no. It was already glowing and now it's also making a sound? It's probably some alien seal-like technology. The static gets louder, slowly filling up with abundant howl, until a voice speaks out, crackling a note, cutting into the air. "Good afternoon, Fortress Accident Reducing Gislaine. This is Eastern Cylinder Repeater Station 1. This is a human interface. A retired person sitting behind a switchboard somewhere. Please repeat, is this the production schedule?" "What's the production schedule?" "The filament you have inserted into the reader." You mean that glowing thing I put inside? Yes. Is that the production schedule? Yes. Good. Please repeat the password. Password. Of course you'll have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved. You should ask her for a hint. Is it my birthday? No. A hint system is not part of the protocol for a repeater station. A password? I'm really bad at passwords. Can you give me a hint? Still no. This is the police. Please open this thing. The voice recites, I'm contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the fireman holder Fortress Accident. Without filing a warrant with Lintel, I cannot give you access to this filament. I'm afraid we're not doing that, unless we want to wait for a month. Now can you please repeat the password? The voice in the machine asks again. It sounds cold in the damp air. I don't know the password. Receive. I will register this login attempt. That sounds bad. A login attempt? Something a criminal would do. Don't worry, passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later. Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today? Let's try the password for the production schedule. Nah, I'm not gonna try that again. Why did you call me Fortress Accident? Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you're currently using has been registered to. Do you have any other information about this company? One moment. We hear her flip through a catalog before she reads out with studious care. Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says. That's not bad. Whoa, so conceptual. She hums. And what's that? This interactive call-on radio play? Static drowns her response. Any other questions? You hear her ask when the connection finally improves. Well, didn't say anything, David. That's all for now. Thank you and goodbye. The old lady's voice disappears along with the static. Alright. Let's press print. Nothing happens. Need a password. This. This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red. Marks the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. The diagram of summoning some time forgotten being. The symbols seem very esoteric. The whole thing resembles Kedron mosaic tiles. Very pedantic. Hold on. How do I know what Kedron mosaic tiles are supposed to look like? History class. Students with their textbooks open studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarello blue tiles look beautiful in the sun. What am I looking at? Radio frequency, it seems. I'm gonna read that. Some red notes too. Sparse and cryptic. Radio frequencies for what? Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced. So we're dealing with something medical here. You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart titled the Game Master frequency. A note says this one can listen in on any station it wants. Looks like a surveillance program. They must have had a massive airwit. These things don't come cheap. Wait, who's the Game Master? Someone very important. The leader of a massive on-air game built by these people. A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency. If this is a game, then who's playing? Whoever decides to call into a call-in station, it looks like. A list of names under the station suggests people across 6 isolas would be playing. Mundi, Insulinde, Katla, Graz, Samara, and even Leomara. All is gone, left unrealized. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off. My God! The lieutenant leans closer, his fingers tracking the maddening rhizome. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became. The cost of airwit alone must have been huge. Exactly. He nods at the calendar and the chalkboard, wiping his marker-stained fingers clean against his jacket. This schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding. What else? Nothing. You just list on marble an echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages. Oops, there's a door. Developer of the most advanced RPG in the universe. The lieutenant wants to say something.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
Looks like an undercover counterintelligence program. No, that's not it, I think. The lieutenant takes a step back, steepling his hands, like he's ready to lay out a fine theory crafted together like a puzzle box. Looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games when these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers. Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment. How are they planning to do that? Through call-in stations, he notes at the fireplace. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in station. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts. His fascination has swept aside other concern for the moment. He's a little hooked. Coordinating so many games would take a whole switchboard of people, possibly divided into sub-frequencies. Has anyone ever done this before? Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Koningstein, places with industry. Not in Ravenhall West among the ruins. But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an interstellar game before. We just don't have the technology. And this was a role-playing game? Indeed. Those Welkins are a dead giveaway. He points to the chalkboard. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the Whirl board game, with heat death drawn in. Super cool, someone should give them millions of free hours immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished. What do you think happened to the company? No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard. Wow. Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but untethered, sorry about that. Lieutenant Tilly said, thinking. Do we have any money? Let's give them more money so they can finish it and make it even bigger. Half smile breaks out on his face. It's too late for that, I'm afraid, he says, looking around in the derelict room. The pipes howl and a rat crosses the floor. Okay, he concludes. Let's keep moving. I think I just got a point. What should I level up? And this is the lowest violation. I should level this up. Okay. What else? Let's go in here. What's here? Whoa. You see a terrifying ash bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost and the bear's eyes are glowing red. This ice bear is a hyper-carnivore. Be careful. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy? What is this thing? It looks like a giant ice bear. The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A sharp slice of light shines out from the mysterious belly door. Let's crack open the door. A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hands has found the holster of his gun. Relax, Kim. It's a fridge. Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge. He relaxes his hand, his face bathed in the harsh light of the open fridge door. Let's take a look inside. The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name Ravenhall Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge. You pocket the note and the little fridge magnet, keeping it on the door. A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge. The paper still smells of vanilla and chocolate. What is a giant bear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first place? Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge. The lieutenant reaches for one of the wrappers. He studies it in the light. Somewhere in the past it's summer, 5-year-old Fifette lets go of her mother's hand, change jiggling in her pockets as she hops towards the ice cream stand right across the plaza. Shaking from the sudden cold sensation, as she makes her way to the market stall, the girl starts crying. A ferocious ice bear is guarding the fridge. Its paws rise to ward off any potential customers. Her mother rushes to soothe her, but Fifette doesn't want ice cream anymore. She just wants to go home. The ice bear stares at them as they leave the plaza. A gust of wind flies one of the wrappers right past the sobbing girl. So they try to sell ice cream from this hyper carnivore? I know, says the lieutenant. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day. The lieutenant points at the red snarky cable running from the fridge. The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic. Okay. Not even some ice cream. A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Looks like the furnace is a face in its face of agony. Kim, what is this thing? Is it a furnace? Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney. He opens the door and gingerly peeks inside. No one has used it in ages. No sign of any recent fires, only dead rats. It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice, or several voices talking to each other near the smoke chamber upstairs. The echo is prominent. It's impossible to discern what the voices are saying, what's producing them. What are you doing? The lieutenant asks when he sees you climb halfway inside the furnace. I hear the mutter of the hangman talking. Wait, really? He looks up the ceiling. We should investigate. See if someone's upstairs. Smear your hands with coal. A lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient. You feel the spirit of Ramut Karasai, ancient hero of Grat, pulsing through you. All that's left is to cover your face in war paint. Jesus Christ. Hadrum Karasai, smear your cheeks black with coal. 3 dangerous stripes appear onto your cheeks, telling stories of your wild soul. What are you doing? I'm the reincarnation of an ancient Lemurian warrior. Please wipe your face clean, officer. No, you're a proud warrior. Keep it. Okay. Don't wipe it. Yes. These 3 stripes give you strength in this dangerous realm. It'd be foolish to remove them. We are exploring this dark place, and I need the protection of my war paint affords. And this protects you. This is traditional war paint. It will grant me safe passage with the spirits that guard this place. Okay, sure, go ahead. He stubbornly looks away from you and the furnace. Just pointing out this is not traditional Simonese war paint. No idea where you got it. I'm gonna kick it. Oof. A hollow ring angles through the furnace. Your toe hurts. It took some health too. Can you imagine dying from that? What's over here? Found something. The flashlight casts a strange shadow. There's a hidden doorway here. Oh. 2 rusty rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable. A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It is too dark to see in. Where are we? Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. He points up at the rifles on the ceiling. Must be an old weapons cache. Look, there's a hole in the wall. There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look? Okay, I do. Your hands reach deep into the darkness and spiderwebs rummaging around. You find rusty rifles hidden away. Rifles, Kim! The lieutenant steps closer, curious. Are these any good? Most of them are rusty and inoperable like the rest, but one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock. A better cosmetic order than the others. An old Bell McGrath rifle, Revolutionary era. Prized for its reliability more than its accuracy. The rest are probably Bell McGraths too, just too damaged to be sure. Take it! You're a police officer. Police officers carry guns. This old Bell McGrath looks okay. The lieutenant whistles as he admires the rifle. His eyes are gleaming. That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still, a beautiful thing in its own way. Could the murder weapon we're looking for be similar? It's the same type of weapon, yes. A breech loader. An interesting coincidence that we should find. What does this mean? A rifle here? It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future. He likes this find. Okay. Someone has stacked some busted guns beneath the ceiling. A frozen ice cream maker that's still running. Loot. What the hell is this? Handwritten notes from the fridge. The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface. Does it say anything interesting? The lieutenant leans closer to read the crumpled note over his shoulder. This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active. Someone has scribbled, "Yes, I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe." Fucking Kuno. You'll find the film and memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Shulislaw. I wonder who wrote that note. Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here. Maybe they had to leave it in a hurry. That's plausible hypothesis. Who's the illiterate ginger kid? Really? And then looks at you, the corner of his mouth curved into a smug grin. You don't have a single guess? You mean Kuno? Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on a film and memory, even if he doesn't know what to do with it. He'll probably try to pawn it for speed based on our encounter. Do you have any idea where the frozen ice cream maker would be? I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge. Didn't you see one right next to the breaker box? Yeah, there it is. The orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut. Turn the ice cream crank. Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance you hear water dripping. It's all gone now. You never became a poet or an entrepreneur. What better to assuage the creeping sense of failure than some frozen fat and sugar? Oops. No, not leaf. I want... What the hell? You slip your fingers under a frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here. No, it is going to need something else. Some kind of super pry bar. Don't even try to open it with a regular pry bar, you're just wasting your time. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective. Okay? Need to equip the pry bar. Oh no, I'm gonna fail. Probably break the fucking pry bar. I really do need a super pry bar. Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby. Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr. Why did you do that? Because it's black, the color of immeasurable cosmos. The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has one cable missing. Electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now. Alright. It's upstairs. Ooh, what's this? Insane mesh tank top. Gives me drama. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go back upstairs.